Hello everybody and welcome to the weekly horoscope for the 17th of February to the 23rd of February. This week actually looks to be quite nice. We have some nice energy with Sun entering Pisces and Mars going direct in Cancer, which should give us a little bit more of a light-hearted feel now. So I'm going to start off with Sagittarius, which is actually my Sun's sign. So let's just kick off. So hello Sagittarius and welcome to the weekly horoscope. So on the 17th we have the moon in Libra in the 11th house, trining the sun in Aquarius in the 3rd house. A great day to focus on what you want for yourself, having good conversation with friendships, doing things more productive with friends, like actually being social. But again, doing things that only make you feel comfortable. Like you're not trying to put other people's comfort over your own. You're focusing on yourself on this day. On the 18th, the sun enters Pisces in the 4th house. So finally we have Pisces season. This brings great imagination and creativity. It's actually really wonderful when it comes to the 4th house of home and family because it just gives that injection of joy when it comes to family members. Mercury is also in Pisces right now as well. So this is very spiritual and very nice when it comes to, having fun times with your family. On the 19th, Mercury in Pisces in the 4th house is squaring Jupiter in Gemini in your 7th house. So mental focus might be a little bit lost on this day. You might want to give yourself a break, just do something easy. With that 4th house of home and family and that 7th house of committed relationships, it's a good day to focus on family members and love and not too serious or anything that's like, wow, I have to focus on this and I have to be very analytical, like just chilling out with a loved one. On the 20th, the moon in Scorpio in the 12th house is trining Neptune in Pisces in the 4th house. So you feel very in tune with energies today, especially when it comes to your family members or your home. With that 12th house, it's kind of like there's something in depth, maybe something that's been hidden or not said. And you're like, I feel very intuitive about this right now. So you could be having very honest conversations during this day. On the 21st, the moon in Sagittarius in the 1st house, of course, is trining Venus and Aries in the 5th house. So Venus is in Aries in your 5th house of dating right now. So this might give you a bit more of a flirtatious kind of amorous feel. This is very fiery love as well. But this is actually a very good day to work with people. It's a great day to go after your goals when it comes to doing something creative as well. So if you have a hobby and you've been wanting to pursue that, it's a great day to like really kickstart that. Good day to date and come across well. And also it's just, I call it fiery love with a detached stance because I feel like it's Aries and Sagittarius, both fire signs together. Sag is a bit more detached when it's in the moon. And then Venus and Aries, it's kind of like, I don't know, it's just kind of flirtatious and whatever, I don't care too much. On the 22nd, that moon in Sagittarius in the 1st house of self is squaring Neptune in Pisces in your 4th house. So pay attention to your dreams about messages when it comes to yourself and your family and your home. You could be dreaming about a dream home or a family member, for example. Give yourself time to rest and really think about these. If you've had vivid dreams lately, it's probably because Neptune's been in Pisces. Then on the 23rd, it's the biggie. Mars goes direct in Cancer in your 8th house. So Mars has been retrograding in Cancer since January, which is just gross. It's sluggish. It's not nice. But now it's direct. You have more emotional control. Frustration will lessen. You will also feel more motivated. You might feel like you can trust people a bit more, like people aren't at an arm's length distance from you. You could feel less frustrated about saving for the future and investments, especially when it pertains to your family as well. That's a big kind of focus for you this week. Generally, you just feel less passive aggressive. So this is nice. Mars is still in its fall in Cancer, but it's better when it's direct than when it's retrograding. So overall, Sagittarius, this is quite a nice week. And hopefully you enjoyed that, and I'll move on to Capricorn. Hi Capricorn, and welcome to the weekly horoscope for the 17th of February to the 23rd of February. I'm a Capricorn rising, so hopefully I will not lead you wrong here. So it actually looks to be quite a nice week, so let's just get started. On the 17th, the moon in Libra in the 10th house is trining the sun in Aquarius in the 2nd house. This is very much career and finances. It's a really good day to focus on what you want for yourself when it comes to how you make money and your career. Really focus on your comfort level here. Don't let other people try to trance you and say, I want you to do this for me. And you're like, I don't feel comfortable doing it, but I'm always a people pleaser, that kind of energy. Do what you want for yourself with career. On the 18th, we have Pisces season. So Sun enters Pisces in the 3rd house, which brings great imagination, It's really good for having more creativity when it comes to writing projects, for example, or just a project in general where you feel like, oh, this is quite interesting. It's funny as well because although when I film this, we're not in Pisces season, obviously, but I've been thinking more about doing a creative like comic book for a book that I wrote that I never published, and I thought it works better as a comic book. So something like that where I'm like, I'm writing it, but it's also really creative as well at the same time. Mercury is also in Pisces right now where it's debilitated. So although the third house is about communication, I wouldn't be having very important conversations during this kind of month. On the 19th, Mercury in Pisces in the third house is squaring Jupiter in Gemini in the sixth house. So your mental focus might be a little bit lost here, especially with having communication issues with co-workers. You might feel lazy. Someone might ask you to do something and you're like, I just can't be bothered. Quite honestly, I don't want to do anything. So it's a great day to give your mind a break. Don't focus too much on the finer details. Jupiter in Gemini never does that. So just chill. On the 20th, Moon in Scorpio in the 11th house is trining Neptune in Pisces in the third house. So you feel more in tune with energies around communication with friendships or feeling like you want to be more social. You could be having very in-depth conversations that actually help advance your community as well. You could also be very productive with going to see friends as well. On the 21st, the Moon in Sagittarius in the 12th house is trining Venus in Aries in the 4th house. It's a really good day to work with people actually, but what I see here is that it's a good day to focus on your family members and maybe having honest conversations about the past, you know, kind of like a nostalgic feel for some reason, and kind of having a good a good time with that, good feedback. It doesn't feel like depressing. It's like it's quite good. We're reminiscing about things. On the 22nd, the Moon in Sagittarius in the 12th house is squaring Neptune in Pisces in the third house. Really pay attention to your dreams for the messages, quite literally with that third house that come to you, and give yourself time to rest. If you've been having very vivid dreams lately, then Neptune in Pisces will do that. As I say, I'm a Capricorn rising. I've never ever had a day where I haven't had a vivid dream. I've vivid dreamed for my whole life, right? I'm a Pisces moon, maybe that's what it is, and I'm being an intuitive, person as well. It's crazy. Every night I have a really vivid dream. And actually, last week I spoke to myself in my dream and I said, if you want an answer, it's discipline. When you're disciplined, everything else follows. And then I was like, okay, interesting. It's very sort of Mr. Miyagi kind of shit. But I was like, oh, okay, interesting. And then I felt like I really took that on board. So Neptune in Pisces is very good for bringing messages to dreams. On the 23rd, Mars goes direct in Cancer, finally, in the 7th house. So Mars has been retrograding in Cancer since January, and now it goes direct. So although Mars is still in its fall in Cancer, it's a lot better when it's direct because you can gain some emotional control, especially if you felt very sort of upset about a relationship or a situationship in that 7th house. Frustration will lessen and motivation will heighten. You might feel like you can be more decisive now as well. I felt very indecisive lately, so now I'm like, right, cut the head off the snake and be more decisive. So that will help you as well. So overall, Capricorn, this is quite a nice week, I'm happy to say. As a Capricorn rising, it looks quite nice. I hope you enjoyed that video, and I'll move on to Aquarius. Hi Aquarius, and welcome to the weekly horoscope for the 17th of February to the 23rd of February. So this looks to be quite a nice week, so let's just get started. On the 17th, the Moon in Libra in the 9th house is trying the Sun in Aquarius in the 1st house. So this is the last day the Sun is in Aquarius. So I hope everybody who's in Aquarius had a lovely birthday. But for this day, it's really focusing on what you want for yourself quite literally. Especially when it comes to spirituality, traveling and study. Put yourself at ease and focus on what makes you comfortable. Don't put other people in front of you on this day. It's really about self-care. On the 18th, the Sun enters Pisces in the 2nd house. So again, Aquarius season is over now, and we have Pisces season, which is actually lovely because it brings great imagination. And also Sun in Aquarius is debilitated as well, so that's not been great. So now it's a little bit better. Yeah, great creativity, delusional almost. It's really lovely. It's very dreamy, very magical, I would say. In that 2nd house of income and finances, you could find that you are feeling very spiritual about your finances again, and by that I mean you're trying to find clarity and answers when it comes to how you make money. For some of you, could be making money through spiritual ventures, and Mercury is also in Pisces right now as well, so good time to get dreamy about things. On the 19th, Mercury in Pisces in the 2nd house is squaring Jupiter in Gemini in the 5th house. So on this day, your mental focus might be a little bit low. It's a good day to give yourself a break. Don't focus on the finer details because Jupiter in Gemini never does that. Do something easy today. You could be focusing on maybe doing something fun for yourself, as in like maybe you pay for a nice fun class for a hobby or something, or you're like, I'm going to go and do like a Pilates class or something. And yeah, it costs me money, but it's actually going to make me feel more creative. On the 20th, the moon in Scorpio in the 10th house is trining Neptune and Pisces in the 2nd house. So this is all about career and money. You feel very in tune with the energies around this as well. You want more in-depth conversations around your career and money. You could be not necessarily asking for a raise, I don't really see that, but you could be like more focused on advancing yourself. On the 21st, the moon in Sagittarius in the 11th house is trining Venus in Aries in the 3rd house. So it's a very good day to work with people, especially if you want to contact somebody outside your network for a business opportunity. Really good day to communicate with them and feel productive. It's also a good day to have nice conversations with friends as well. On the 22nd, the moon in Sagittarius in the 11th house is squaring Neptune and Pisces in the 2nd house. So give yourself time to rest, but really pay attention to your dreams and your messages that come through these dreams. Because if you had vivid dreams lately, it's Neptune and Pisces doing that. I really feel like you might have a dream where somebody that you don't know comes to you in the dream and gives you information about how to make money. On the 23rd, Mars goes direct in Cancer in the 6th house, finally. So Mars has been retrograding in Cancer since January, where it's been gross, sluggish, passive-aggressive. And even though Mars is still in its fall in Cancer, when it goes direct, it's much better. So you can gain some emotional control now, especially over physical health. You might feel more motivated with your gym routine. You could also feel like you have more of a seamless kind of conversation with a co-worker. It's not so sarcastic or passive aggressive. Generally frustrations lessen and motivation heightens. So this is actually quite nice. So overall, Aquarius, this is quite a nice week for you. Again, we're going out of the Aquarius season now, moving into Pisces, which brings us more creativity and imagination. But as an Aquarius, you already very innovative as well. So combine that with Pisces, you can be really quite interesting and very quirky and creative and nice and unique. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll move on to Pisces. Hi Pisces, and welcome to the weekly horoscope from the 17th of February to the 23rd of February. This is all about you, Pisces. I've never said the word Pisces so much than I have for this weekly horoscope. So this is all about you, especially because we enter Pisces season as well. So happy birthday to all the Pisces out there. Hopefully you're watching for your rising sign, but if you're not, you're watching for your sun, happy birthday. So let's just get into it. On the 17th, the moon in Libra in your 8th house is trining Sun in Aquarius and 12th house, which is the last day the sun is actually in Aquarius. So this is about focusing on what you want for yourself, really focusing on strengthening bonds. Really, I see the 8th house and the 12th house together. This is really kind of unraveling things that have been keeping you from being the best version of yourself. So a great day to focus on what makes you comfortable and what you want for your life. Don't let other people try to manipulate you or say, well, you only do this, and gaslight you. This is about you. On the 18th, the sun enters Pisces in the 1st house of self. So now we're in Pisces season. This is a great period or season, shall we say, to be more magical, to bring great imagination and creativity, to be a little bit more outside the box. Again, use what you've learned from Aquarius and be more innovative and unique. Mercury is also in Pisces right now as well, so the way that we are communicating is very sort of dreamy, it's very love letter, very poetic. So it's very sort of, I don't know, manifestation. I just love it, I just love it. On the 19th, Mercury in Pisces in the 1st house is squaring Jupiter in Gemini in the 4th house. So your mental focus might be a little bit low today. You might want to give yourself a break. Don't focus on details because Jupiter in Gemini never does that. Do something easy today. You could also focus on your family members as well, doing something fun with family members, or, you know, maybe doing some very light work around the house. Not doing a deep clean. I wouldn't say, yeah, that's not a good idea. On the 20th, the moon in Scorpio in the 9th house is trining Neptune and Pisces in the 1st house. So you feel very in tune with the energies today surrounding your spirituality and the philosophy of life. But also maybe you could feel very good with studying, and you could also just feel like I'm having an in-depth kind of analysis of my life right now in a very spiritual way. On the 21st, the moon in Sagittarius in the 10th house is trining Venus in Aries in the 2nd house. This is all about finances and career. So this is a good time to work with people. I also think this is really good to maybe have honest conversations about money and your career. I think Venus in Aries also can make you very sort of reliable and responsible, very sort of, I'm going to go for it. So I don't see you going for a raise, for example, but I think it's a very good day to think about your development opportunities in your career. On the 22nd, the moon in Sagittarius in the 10th house is squaring Neptune in Pisces in the 1st house. So pay attention to your dreams and the messages that come from your dreams. If you have very vivid dreams like I do, for example, you're very intuitive, then Neptune and Pisces will kind of enhance that. You can get some really good messages about your career. If you're kind of at a crossroads of your career as well, this is a good time to kind of get messages and clarity from that. And then on the 23rd, it's the biggie. Mars goes direct in Cancer in the 5th house, finally. So Mars has been retrograding in Cancer since January, and it's brought a lot of passive aggressiveness, slow, sluggish kind of energy. And in that 5th house as well, it could make you feel more sort of annoyed about dating, about creativity and hobbies and pursuits like that. It could also be having arguments with children, feeling like they're in the way all the time. So now you gain more emotional control, frustration will lessen and motivation will heighten. Although Mars is still in its fall in Cancer, it is much better when it's direct. So that will make the week, kind of ends the week of in a much nicer way. So hopefully you have a lovely week, and I hope you enjoyed that. This is the last one of all the zodiac signs. So I hope you all enjoyed that, and I will see you next week for next week's horoscope. Bye.